eighth house is revenge. He's getting some kind of revenge. Welcome, everyone. I'm Astrologer Val Evans. Thanks for joining me. It's great to be back. It is June 19th, 2026. We've got some predictions today. We look at world predictions, we look at royal predictions, and we show how you can make your own predictions. So thank you again for remembering us and also commenting today. If you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like button. We're talking about the summer prediction now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and why we're seeing a lot of Aquarius energy coming up in the next week. So sometimes it can be really good. It means fast. It means technology is advanced, but poorly aspected, it can represent things that are unexpected, that are sometimes things break. If you're interested in making your own prediction and learning all about it, you can go to The Secret Career Code. That's my book on Amazon, and it's my latest book where you can find out all about your coworkers, your boss, the situation that you might not know about at your work, all that good stuff. So definitely check it out. Also, in these charts, you can pull a job chart, which is your hiring date. And if you're in sales, you can look at how your sales are going to be, which is the third house and the third house lord. So we are going to do another Ask Amber in this episode. So hang on for that. Hello, Amber. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What is California up to these days?
Well, we're kicking off fire season, so a lot of notifications and watches of things popping up, but so far so good for me.
I wanted to ask you what kind of spread you got for this show.
Well, as your intro said, there's Aquarius energy this week. Is that what you indicated? We could expect that? And
yes.
One of the main cards was our Aquarius card, the Star card. And as you said, with aspects in a chart, depending on my clarifying cards and what's surrounding this energy, I actually have some interesting big energy. I do have the Death card, the Tower, and then a couple Oracle cards, Chaos and Conflict, and the Emotions Running High card in the Moonology deck. And all totaled, I'm feeling like disruptive technology, perhaps outages, things to do with electricity technology is kind of this theme here. So lightning, that kind of energy.
Yeah, lightning, blackouts, all that Aquarius stuff, earthquakes, even hurricanes. And we already I saw particularly a tropical storm just miss me by a few miles. So it's sort of like holding your breath. It is an air sign, lots of wind, so a lot of wind here in East Texas. Oh, I wanted to mention too, I only picked one card for this show and I got the Death card. So weird how we both got the same card. Yeah. So I was like, I really wanted to make this a positive show, but we're just going to focus on, as much positive as we can. I wanted to look at the last chart that we were reviewing, and that was May 24th. And we were talking about how Neptune and Saturn can represent sleep. And there was an with the sun, which can represent the president. And so that picture, we were looking at that. Well, it was just, I believe it was one day later that Trump falls asleep during the ceremony for Memorial Day. And so that makes sense because Aries is military. So something you're going to see people, maybe not even Trump, maybe more than one person, maybe sleeping, or sometimes it's just photos where the eyes happen to be closed and they look like they're sleeping. Sometimes they can sound like they're just waking up. So that came in, which I thought was really interesting. And before we get into this show chart, which I want to show you, we're going to be able to see what we can see from the hosting standpoint. I wanted to show you something we were looking at back in May about Prince Harry, and we're trying to make a prediction there. Mercury starts it on his birthday, and then Libra comes in. Libra, ruled by Venus, looks really good. It's all in this grand trine, but there's a little problem here with this opposition to Pluto, which happens to be Harry. Harry, he's got an aspect to Uranus in the ninth house. It could be press, but it's kind of messing him up a little bit. What do you think his brother is doing? Probably in July.
That Harry is doing?
Yeah.
Well, is he traveling around the world?
So the cards, the charts were reflecting something was coming in, and it wasn't so pleasant for Prince William. And we were looking at Prince William's chart. The world card is very positive. It does mean that he was going to travel, but what does that mean for the royal family? I think so far, and I believe page 6 was reporting that just yesterday, that Prince Harry will be given royal accommodations. Months back, Prince Harry was saying that Buckingham Palace was not secure enough, and that's why he didn't want to be there. We have a heat wave of 35 degrees with daily heavy thunderstorms. We've been seeing some crashes, and so we're going to see that in this upcoming chart. So much Aquarius, a lot of hard aspects here with that affect the planes and technology here. Let's look at the show chart. You and me, it's the Venus that we're looking at. Venus is up here in the 10th house, and it is trining Saturn. That means we're able to look back on something, which we just did. And this chart is really going to show us, what should we focus on? What should we not focus on? And there's a lot that we probably shouldn't. Maybe the T-square here with Gemini, maybe we shouldn't be talking about twins or twinning, but it certainly does look like there's some kind of an accident here that's happening. And it's going to be coming up. We're already seeing omens, I think. And there was just a train accident, I think hours ago in Bedford. We've got Libra here. Well, we should probably avoid Sagittarius things. That's the red there. Sagittarius is the US. We should really go towards the Saturn and Neptune. This is about Aries related things. Aries is the head, bad or good. So good with Aries, it's business people, it's sports. So people are going to want to talk about sports today since we're right in the middle of World Cup. So many great memes and reels that we're seeing, such goodwill for the US, which I think people are absolutely shocked about. And Neptune is, reels and videos and photos and all of that. Venus in Leo, these are some blondes that are talking, and they're in the 10th house, and that's you and me. So I wanted to get a card from you on this chart and maybe showing what the prediction is going to be that we are going to be making.
Let's see. It's related to, well, this is good. This is super intuitive. A female intuitive. So I kind of love that for the chart. Might be talking about something from the past. This is a very nostalgic card, and I see Saturn there. It makes me think of the past as well. It feels like a celebrity hot guy, someone who might be considered sort of a heartthrob, someone from the past, like a old school heartthrob.
Heartthrob coming in maybe in the next week or two. What are we going to be talking about? Well, we're going to look at the third house, and it's Jupiter. Transportation, it's about a group of famous people because of Cancer there. It's also about homes. It's about being emotional about something. It also represents dogs. Also, this is a man. This is a wealthy man, Mars and Taurus.
Well, definitely with this card, and he has 2 dogs with him.
Kind of like it's a quincunx to Sag here. It's almost like there's some bad behavior there because of Black Moon Lilith. Whenever you get the green lines or the red lines, these are people who are maybe not saying things that they should be, which is pointed to us too. So I got to watch my P's and Q's on this show. I can't say what I want to because of the Black Moon Lilith. So we've got fire signs. So of course we were talking about it, it's fire season, but maybe we're also going to be talking about something else that has to do with fire. So we get some omens and symbols. I didn't put the whole picture here. This is just horrific. This poor woman who girl who goes bungee jumping and is not attached to the top of the mountain, and she gets tossed off by these three guys, all wearing blue, which is very strange. Nobody checked, and so she fell immediately after this fall, hundreds and hundreds of feet. She was found alive just for a few hours. We also have a skydiving a plane that crashed, and 12 were killed in Butler. We also have several injured in hot air balloon crash. We are seeing a lot of crashes. We do not want to see crashes, but it's just things that are completely sudden or, like I said, broken. And then just a few hours ago, a major incident after reports that 2 trains have collided near Bedford. What are we talking about? We're going to rewind back to Sunday, because why do we look at the chart for the beginning of the week? Well, that's astrology for you. That's going to be an imprint of the personality of the week. So we've got to start with the first day of the week, which would be Sunday. And of course, the rising signs in Aquarius. And we're moving through this way. We're at Friday here, and it's Cancer. Interesting how that was in our prediction chart, that there's a lot of Cancer there. So we've got the moon is activating. So what do? We look at where the moon is, and the moon is there at the very bottom of the chart in the 3rd house of transportation, right next to Uranus, poorly aspected. Look at that. It's a T-square. So that's when that would activate, which would be Friday. We also saw other accidents, though, earlier on in the week. So famous accidents. And in Gemini, they're going to be kind of similar. So, maybe even, a lot of people who are wearing the same thing, like skydivers and that kind of thing. It's unsettling there. If you guys are interested in asking a question for yourselves, we can take a few. We can't take a lot, as we're going to move on to the charts, but let me know or let Amber know what your question is. I wanted to talk about how there were chemical leaks, the medical checkup, and the implosion in Washington State, all this chemical Pisces things when George Washington was president. Think about Washington for a second. He was born in Wakefield. Okay. He was Pisces. He was always traipsing through the rivers at night, which is Pisces, trying to win a war. There was a lot of Piscean energy when it came to George Washington. Now we've got Trump, who's always talking about woke and how he hates woke. And then all the poor parts of Pisces he's dealing with, or creating schemes, things that are behind the scenes, and a lot of fraud as well. So we're kind of seeing the poor side Pisces with this particular president. Thanks, Melanie. You want to take this one?
Sure. Right as I saw the question, a card did try to come out, so I'll mention it. And it was the Fool card, which is very positive in the upright. So typically, if a yes, no, that's a great card to see. Except if you get this, which is even better. So Jupiter, luck, positive gifts and blessings is the wheel. Yeah.
Great. Okay. And all right. If you're interested in getting a reading with Amber, you can email Taurus Moon Tarot at iCloud.com, and Amber offers recorded readings, so you can talk to her about that. Let's see. Okay, rose designs, jewelry. I love the business questions too. I would love to ask Amber if my YouTube channel will grow well this year, please.
Okay. Let's see. Wow. I mean, we asked for a positive show, and these answers are beautiful. Justice card. You may be signing some kind of contract. You may get sponsorship. This is creating something really stable with the Hierophant. This is a very stable thing. And look how it's going up the stairs. So yeah, growth could be expected. Sure.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And I'm just going to take a couple more. I'm going to take 2 more. Jen, what will the outcome be of my appeal? This is job related.
Okay. Well, is there a financial potential outcome? I mean, there could be a financial gain for you in the upright. This could be very positive. I mean, this is someone who's financially independent. So there could be a financial blessing at the end of that.
So I'd say that's a positive card. How will my trip to London be over the 4th of July? This is Giant Golden Sun.
Oh, I love that name.
I know.
I don't know if you've been before, but you might actually feel quite nostalgic. We talked about the Six of Cups, but also you might get lost. So bring a map, bring your GPS, and watch your phone, and you might get turned around, but things are going to feel like a dream, but you might feel very nostalgic and drawn to things from your past, or you might go with someone from your past or meet somebody from your past.
And that card too makes me think of somebody that might not be able to decide what they want to do. Star asks, will I finally get a job? A lot of questions like that right now in my readings.
Yeah, let's see. Wow. 2 is the magic number. You might have a hard choice between, you might get 2 offers. This is an offering. This is a partnership offering. And this is going, I don't know what to do. Which way do I go? So you may have a challenge to decide between 2 options. So it's a yes, both in the upright.
Okay.
But you might have more than one option.
Okay, perfect. Great. And now we're going to move on to... Yeah, I wanted to look at the 2020 decade chart. If you want to pull your own decade chart, just think of the year that you want to pull. So say it's 2020. Make sure you identify or input the city that you were living in that decade, but put your birth time and your birth date and you'll get your decade chart. So you could do that for countries as well. And so we are in the middle here. We're just about coming into the Scorpio period. So lots of Scorpio themes for the UK. So we're going to, of course, look at the Lord to see if we can get some more information. And there looks like a very big fight. We've talked about this before. This is about the government. Looks like the government wants to transition, but too many people are fighting, I think, or transform, I should say. It seems to be a huge fight on the 11th house, which would be the internet. So that it's also goals, your goals. And it's just, there's so much fire there. Now, there's another thing that's coming into the equation, and it's not for a little while, but I wanted to ask you about this. This is going to be, Jupiter's going to activate. It's going to be between now and I would say 2029. We've got Neptune in the background. So what's the 12th house mean? The 12th house means what nobody can see, what's going on. And Neptune can represent a spy. And I wonder if things are going on right now where it could be Putin, it could be Russia, where nobody can really see what this person is doing, or maybe country. Now it seems to be Sagittarius it could be churches, educational institutions, and the press. I think it's going to be the press. Maybe there's somebody who's a spy or something, but it does seem like the people in the UK can't see this right now. And it's sort of going on a little bit. It also shows that they're going to catch the spy and they're going to jail, but that won't be for a little while. What is this storyline I'm seeing for London?
Ooh, that is an interesting one. Lots to unpack. I mean, you can't make this up with the Neptune and the confusion. And this is the smoke and mirrors card where you're feeling a little bit foggy in the details, but it definitely could be it could be 2 people. If someone is, you know what? This is like a repeat. I see it as like a repeat of something. So if there's been someone in the press that they get caught with the 5 of Cups, there's sadness around it, but it could be more than one person.
It's an evil person going to jail, but I think it doesn't happen for another couple years. So it's like 2029 or something. Will there be any blackouts here in America this summer? Oh, I think there's probably going to be some. Yeah, it's coming.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, the King of Cups is upright, and that's a positive yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be probably a big one. But sometimes it affects the king. So we'll have to see what that means. We're going into Prince William's solar return chart, and we were looking at Venus, which is around the time that Prince Harry's news was, making the wires. And this is Harry here. And so it's like everything was going fine for Prince William. And then boom, it might have been unexpected news. I'm not sure. It sure seems like it was, where it kind of affects your nervous system a little bit, which is what Aquarius represents, your nervous system. So that came in like clockwork. What's going to be happening now is we're going to get into the August time period, and that's going to be Scorpio. So we're going to look at where Pluto is to give us a little flavor of what's happening for Prince William. Again, more Pluto. So it's like we go from Venus to the other side, which is Pluto. Harry gets good press, it looks like. Hard to believe, because there's something that happens where it's just something positive. Did you notice that people are talking about divorce, and I think it's made up, but Aquarius is divorce and opposition to Venus. It could be it could be a female here, female royal. It could be a breakup of some sort. Now, that might mean just that it's in the press, but maybe we should address that. I think it's just clickbait. But what's the real story behind Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan?
Oh, Val. You got
that last time, didn't you? You got that last time?
Yes. I mean, if we want to just read it as they're growing, things are doing well, everybody's happy,
Yes.
growing.
Yeah. And Pluto means pregnancy. So there's something that is transitioning, transforming, and that could be coming in this summer. So there's a prediction for the summer. What does that mean? We're going to find out. Then we get into a little bit the early September timeframe for Prince William. That's when Sagittarius is activating Jupiter up here, and it's all in the 11th house. Lots of great press for Prince William. I think it has to do with the homes that he's doing. Isn't it funny how the third house this summer represents a younger brother? Definitely going to get a lot of press around the Sussexes this summer. And I'm not sure Prince William is too keen about it. But this period with the Sag, we got to look way up there. This is really his rising sign, that your rising sign changes. So this is Prince William up here. And funny how it conjuncts Mercury, which is a twin. So that's really weird. It could be a group of people with Prince William. But what is this twin that we're seeing with Prince William later on in the summer?
I'm envisioning him standing with a set of twins.
I know.
It's something fun. If he's seen with twins, or there's something around twins, it's really positive with Fool card. It's like something very freeing and very could be charitable work, maybe around infertility or something around that, because we have that Empress card. Okay. People that have multiples, could be something new for him.
Something new. All right. Thank you, Melissa. Nice to see you. And Marie Ange Jackson is with us. Welcome. Jen asked, and we talked about this in the last show, do you think William and Harry will ever reconcile? I don't think fully, but I think we're going to be seeing them together. There's going to be at least a little bit of an effort here and there over the next few years, but I think it's more long-term than short-term. This is the big one. We've been talking about this for the last maybe year, at least 6 months. And this is King Charles' chart, and we're at July time frame. This is coming up, and there's that opposition to Uranus in the third house. So this can represent things that are breaking, and it might have something to do with maybe a tell-all that comes out, could be travel. What's nice about this chart is that it's a nice grand trine here. And so there are possible side doors, back doors, options that can come in that soften this a little bit. But we really have some trouble there with Uranus, which can represent earthquakes, things that are unexpected. I thought with Black Moon Lilith, this is pretty evil. I actually had this in my chart, and I'm going to show you guys in one of my next shows that had to do with my little Sparky. It wasn't just your typical type of situation. It was particularly unpleasant. It could have been one way, but it was worse. So that's kind of what Black Moon Lilith is. It's kind of like, God, how could I say this? Let's make the dog look extra cute when you've got to say goodbye. And then it goes much faster and swifter and more shocking than it had to be. So that's kind of like what this is. It's just like the universe wants it to be most unpleasant. What are we talking about here with King Charles? It is coming up. Let's see. Pluto's going to be activating, and then it really comes up mid-July.
Let's see. Could it be travel?
He survived it.
Yeah, it's a boat that's in really, really turbulent waters, but like you said, there's sort of a way around it to get past it and overcome. So I like the Six of Swords for that, but it's definitely rocky and bumpy. It's unpleasant, definitely.
Could this have something to do with the political climate and politics and how maybe he's kind of shocked? I wonder if it's his brother.
The devil.
Yeah. Can you also give us one card about, because what's happening is the politics and the same energy is from Andrew too. So what are you getting for Andrew in the next maybe 4 weeks?
Well, I don't know if does he see the king? Does he ever see the king? King of Cups is the Scorpio king, like Charles is Scorpio. So I'm not sure if he's going to be around him, but there's a little bit of puppet master here. So maybe King Charles is having to literally rein his brother in from something.
Yeah. With all that water there, maybe we're going to be seeing, are we going to see Andrew at all in the next 4 weeks?
Yes. Page of Cups by the water again.
Yeah. This is the June 21st chart. So this is going to start on Sunday. So we're still in the Aquarius rising sign. And so we're going to look and see where Uranus is still with a square to the nodes. My sun is 3 degrees Pisces. That's what I was feeling. I was feeling a shock when it came to my pet Virgo. It was a shocker, I got to say. Another example of if you have a degree that's kind of in one of these aspects, you're going to feel it particularly hard. Could be the same with Virgo as well, or Gemini. Uranus is at 3 degrees, so any of the 3 degrees. This shows that this is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and some more stuff coming up where it's quite shocking. Thankfully, we have, and this is accidents and upsets, but we've got the sun in a nice aspect to the rising sign. This is the president of a country. We're hearing about Italy too. We're hearing about Maloney and talking about the G7 meeting, and kind of a little bit embarrassing there. So we're going to see that Gemini, which represents Italian. Could be good by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, maybe the Wednesday time frame. What's happening with someone very powerful? Could be tech related.
I could see that in the earlier cards. Wow. Okay. This is actually very nice. This is this is surrendering. There's some kind of surrender. And it's something we may not see coming, but with the moon card, it'll be quite famous. But this, underneath everything, the magician is someone obviously with a lot of power, but it feels like there's a surrender or a giving up of the fight or ceasefire, something like that, maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe that could finally be Iran. So, and Jen, you feel like I had the placement when my son died as well. It's possible. I've been wondering if KC is proud of William as a son and that he'll be king someday. What do you think, Amber?
Let's
I think he is.
see.
Is King Charles proud of William and
I
that he's going to
mean,
be king?
that's funny. There's the world card again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's a
I
big
do
yes.
believe that's a good thing. And it's funny that it actually comes out with the Nine of Wands, which is often my Wounded Warrior Harry card. And earlier in your clip, when we did see this related to Harry and William, I wanted to say this is like a step in a new direction. She's literally stepping into a new era. So perhaps he views this upcoming potential as we're going in a good direction.
Okay. We like that. And it's so interesting to see you read the cards. I learned so much, and just by hearing you talk about the royal family and world predictions. So it's always good to see what these cards mean. When I first started, I was like, "There's no way I'm going to remember all of this," but I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
It's like me watching you interpret the language of your charts.
Exactly right. And you have had some good resources for us too, books to read, which is helpful. Okay, so let's see. It looks like there's a lot that's happening in this next week. We have, let's see, we've got the fourth house in Gemini. So we're going to look and see where Mercury is. This is all the transportation and all that stuff. And it's talking, it's also maybe two houses of parliament. And we have a little bit of a square to Chiron, which is kind of bruises. But there is something that's happening. I think this has to do with workers and homes. It could be very good. It could be people are being helped somehow. What do you think about that? Sixth house workers.
Let's see. Oh, very good. Justice. And in the upright, this is lovely. This is actually young. Maybe young homeowners get a little bit of a boost. Maybe there's something related to the courts where there's some kind of decision made in a court situation that benefits people, the younger people, for purchasing a home.
Okay, good to know. And yeah, the only issue that I see, or one of the issues that I see, is how we don't like Venus opposing Pluto. This is a murder. It is Pluto in an opposition or square sometimes can mean a murder when we're looking at crime charts. And so we might see something where the female is blonde, the female has a lot of hair, could be even a royal. But we are also seeing that that son of Norway, he got some prison time for the R word there. So it's kind of like royals and SA kind of stuff is in here. But yeah, some positive things for groups and for moms and for people who need homes, it looks like. And then we're going to end with one last question, Jen. I have to address this one. I have to ask about the Swift Kelsey wedding. Is it on for Madison Square Garden?
Oh my gosh. I have not heard this. Oh, 10 of Cups with this lovely blonde in her happy family. It's a yes card in the upright. I don't know.
That's amazing. That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, I think people are wondering what she has in mind, but she's so creative.
Yeah.
A lot of people shaking their head. Why would you get married in Madison Square Garden? Maybe she's going to get married a few times. I don't know. But I'm sure
there's rumors she's already married.
That she's already
They are.
married. Exactly. So we're seeing her get her hair done and all of this. I know. Isn't that funny? So it looks like a yes, but I'll bet there's a lot of people there. I don't think that she would sell tickets. I think a lot of people are asking about that. But anyway, well, thank you so much, Amber, for joining us. Thanks for everybody for coming on in and commenting. And we will see you next Friday afternoon. Go US. I don't know what the game looks like, but we'll have to discuss it next time. Thanks again, Amber.
Thanks so much.